Hi guys, KP this side. Hope all of you are doing good. This is vlog number 55 in Decoding Equity Markets with KP series. I hope you're liking the videos so far. I think it's almost now. This is, I think, the 10th or the 11th video, which is coming back to back every week. And I hope this is adding to your knowledge. So a basic idea about what is happening in the economy, how markets are moving, which sectors to look for. I hope you are able to get an understanding of all this with the help of my videos. Plus, I wanted to say something is that if you don't get much time to see the videos, what I suggest is that you see the videos at 1.25, 1.5x speed. That will also help you save some time, because anyways, I go very slow with my videos. So when I have to review my own video, when I just listen to my videos so that I can understand what all things I have to work on or improve, I listen to my videos at 1.75x. So at least you can surely listen to it at 1.25, 1.5x. If you're comfortable listening to the normal speed, go ahead with that. Sorry. So last week, it was an action-packed week, both for the Indian markets and for the US markets. For the Indian markets, because monetary policy had to be conducted, and although rates were unchanged, but yes, certain things are tweaked here and there. The GDP growth forecast, inflation projections, the cash reserve ratio, some tweaks have been done. Because of this, the markets kept us busy last week with a lot of volatility. For the US markets, again, after Fitch, now Moody's has downgraded some of the banks in US. The job numbers have been less than anticipated, which is actually good for them. This I'm saying for the month of July. So both India and US markets were, keeping us a little busy with the kind of volatility which we don't want. But if you see, the end on Friday happened for Dow Jones at around 35,280 mark, which I had told you 15 days back very clearly. Once Dow Jones is going into the range of 35,300 to 35,500, it will take some time over there. From there, the possibility of an upside up till 36,000 is more as compared to a downside. On the downside, till the time we are above 34,800 for Dow Jones, we're not worried. So I'll talk about indices a little in details a little later. Right now, let's start with the Indian markets first. Okay, the Indian economy. So point number one, RBI keeps the interest rates unchanged. This has been third time in a row that interest rates have been kept same. Inflation for FY24, that is the coming year, has been raised to 5.4%. Earlier it was 5.1% as projection. Now they have increased it to 5.4%. Mainly we are suffering on account of food inflation. This I have told you repeatedly so many times. It's the food inflation which is giving us the most pain right now. Things are otherwise looking okay. Governor from RBI was even showing lot of satisfaction as far as Indian economy is concerned. He's saying that inflation in India is still not a matter of worry, but still we have to make sure that we don't go very lenient with the interest rates and then see a scenario which we don't want to see. Banks, like I told you, will have to keep cash reserves of 10% of incremental deposits. And by keeping this additional cash reserves, RBI will be able to drain out 1 lakh crores of liquidity from the market. So generally, the banks are required to maintain a statutory liquidity ratio and cash reserve ratio. This is the money which they cannot use for lending, but now they have been told to maintain an additional 10% reserve. As a result of that, 1 lakh crores will be drained out of the economy. So that much money is not available now easily. Okay, that is the logic of this. India is estimated to grow at 6.5% in FY24. Global economies are expected to grow at 3% in 23. That I have already told you earlier. That is as per the International Monetary Fund. But India is estimated to grow at 6.5%. And Nirmala Sitharaman was heard making a statement about this, that if India is expected to grow at double the pace of rest of the globe, then we can safely assume this, that India is in a very sweet spot at this point of time. Okay. Qatar Investment Unit buys 2.7% stake in Adani Green for rupees 3,920 crores. Each share being purchased at around rupees 920. So Qatar Investments have bought a stake in Adani Green. Before that, I have told you GQG was another foreign-based firm which invested in the Adani group of stocks. So slowly and steadily, investments are coming into Adani Group. As per SEBI, the report which they the latest report which they have to submit on Adani Group transactions, I think, is in the month of August itself. So we are desperately waiting for that also. Plus, there is another problem. So every time we start feeling that things are looking good for Adani Group, something or the other happens, which again puts you in that unclear zone, whether things are still hazy for Adani Group or it's looking steady for them. Now, what happened is, for Adani Ports, the results were declared last week only, and the results have been stupendous for Adani Ports. In fact, if you ask me, I feel in the entire Adani group of companies, Adani Ports is one stock which has always, made me feel confident about the company, their business model, their revenues, their profits. Everything looks fantabulous for that company. Even this time, their revenues have been great, their profits have been great, their margins have been far better than what it used to be earlier. So Adani Port is one stock which I have always felt is a great stock to have in your portfolio. However, Friday after market hours, Deloitte used to conduct audits for Adani Ports, but now they have quit as Adani Ports auditors. 2022, they completed their 5 years period as auditors. Then it was renewed, but now they are saying that they don't want to continue because they are not having a strong conviction on some particular accounting transactions. So this coming after Hindenburg report on Adani Group gives investors a little bit of shake in the confidence. However, Adani Group was very quick to respond to this. On Saturday, Adani Group has published their report saying that they are not convinced with Deloitte's explanation for resigning, so they are okay with it. Let them resign. They're going for another MSKA Associates or something is the name of the company. It's an old firm with 50 years of experience. I think they are somehow related to BDO International, and they have put a cross allegation on Adani on the Deloitte's that they wanted to have more companies of Adani Group into their audit purview rather than keeping it confined to only Adani Ports, because Adani Group is a big portfolio of companies, so they have different auditors for different companies. So their view is completely different from what Deloitte is saying. But Deloitte is saying that we are not comfortable with the disclosure of certain transactions or the accounting of certain transactions. That is why we are resigning. But Adani Group has come up with a cross allegation saying that they want more companies to be under their audit purview, which we don't have control over, because Adani Ports is a separate entity and all other group of companies of Adani Group are different entities. So they don't have control. Their board does not have a control on who should do audit for the remaining companies. So they are okay with the resigning of the auditors of Deloitte. Auditors, that is Deloitte. Now, what can happen tomorrow? I think I won't be surprised if Adani Port will be down by around 3 to 4%. That's what I foresee, 3 to 4%, which means right now I think the closing on Friday was around 800 something. I feel it may go down to 770 odd levels, 770, 765 levels. Would I suggest buying shares? Yeah, definitely stay away from FNO for the time being till we have 100% clarity on what kind of reactions can come in, especially because I told you in this month itself, a final report has to be given on the transactions and disclosures of Adani Group. That's the final report to be submitted to the court. So I personally feel is that if it goes down by 3, 4% or 5% or more than that, you may start doing small buying in the cash market, because I personally see Adani Port heading towards 900. So it will create an opportunity to buy. Okay, that's my suggestion. If you don't want to take any risk, stay away from Adani Group. Okay, I've told this many a times. Okay, continuing with our discussion, guys. Demand for essential goods, that is the grocery items, is at decade high in India. Okay, the vehicles registration have gone up by 10% in the month of July, and real estate is still having high demand, because of which the prices in some of the cities have gone up by on an average 7%. So essential goods, real estate, vehicles, everywhere we see there is a kind of a boom in Indian economy when other countries are struggling with the recession. That goes on to show you how our production and consumption both are doing really good. Okay. BOFA, Bank of America, sets Nifty target at 20,500 by December this year. Yoo-hoo, we are very happy to 20,500 coming this year. But that's what Bank of America is saying. And ICICI Direct has given a target of 20,700 for this Diwali itself. So Diwali celebrations are going to be great this year. But that's what the brokerage houses are saying. That's what the banks are saying. So we should not get carried away with all this. Abhi pata chala ye news मैंने आपसे share किया. Tomorrow morning you buy 50 lots of Nifty. Guys, please don't do all that, okay? Because every prediction is only a prediction. It's a speculation. So apply your brains. Don't get carried away. Neither with bulls nor with bears. Understood? Go slow. The kind of markets which we have right now and the kind of situation that we have around us, it's better to go very slow. Very slow. Every morning I tell that to myself also. That's a kind of discipline. That's a kind of meditation which we have to do. To go slow with markets. Slow. Okay, go slow with your exposure. Don't go very hard on this market, because you never know when can it fall. Because things around the globe, with Fitch and Moody downgrading US markets, China having really difficult times right now, you really don't want to take chances. Okay, तो थोड़ा शांति से देखेंगे. Yes, we are very happy if Nifty is heading again towards 20,500 mark. I'll tell you the situation when this is going to happen also, when I discuss the indices with you. But for the timing, we are very happy. Let's feel good that some brokers are very bullish, ultra bullish on India. Okay, but industrial growth in June in India was at 3 months low of 3.7%, whereas in May month it was at 5.3% in May. Okay, so industrial growth has gone down a little bit. HCL Tech signed up a deal with Verizon for $2.1 billion. That's the biggest deal they have ever done. That's why on Friday you saw the stock skyrocketing from 1130 levels to 1180, 1185 levels. And the good part is the management has come and they have said that this is one of such deals, and they are anticipating they will get many more deals like this in future. HCL Tech is a good stock, guys. I always like HCL Tech. Problem is, I don't know, somehow the stocks like Infosys, TCS, HCL Tech and Tech Mahindra, these stocks which are like, you know, the upper mid cap or the large cap stocks in IT sector, they failed to perform, at least at this point of time. I think, will they participate in the last rally of IT sector? I don't know. But the way the stocks like Coforge, LTIM, LTTS have performed, they have really done well. They have given you good returns. If you would have seen my videos, guys, in last 3 to 4 months, or my posts which I keep sharing on social media platforms, these stocks would have given you heavy returns. I have been recommending you, even in last 2 months itself, I have recommended you Coforge at around 42, 4300. Now it is trading close to 5200 plus. Just see, last 2 months it has given 25% plus return. LTIM have been recommending from 4,000 levels, I think, and it is now way past 5,100 levels. LTTS, I clearly remember I was traveling at that point of time with my family, and I have shared a post saying that LTTS will give you very good returns if you can buy it around 3,300 odd levels. It is now trading around 4,200 levels. So these stocks have done some very good returns, and for people who followed our advice would have made some very good returns. Foxconn, last week I told you Foxconn is going to invest in Campegowda International Airport, that is the Bangalore zone, and now they have planned to also put investments in Hyderabad, Telangana. Earlier they planned for 400 million USD of investments, but now they have, within no time, they have increased it to 550 million USD of investment. So they are now planning to set up a plant in Telangana with an investment of around 550 millions USD, and they are promising to create at least 1 lakh jobs with this plant opening up. Great things, right? For India, nothing looks wrong at this point of time. Nothing. If we suffer, it will be because of global turmoil. It will be because of global challenges which economies are facing. India is looking very, very comfortable, guys. If you ask me, genuine opinion, I'm giving you genuine opinion. India is looking in very, very, very strong position right now. Okay, as far as Indian economy is concerned, nothing looks to be, a trigger point for creating some kind of caution. Nothing at all, guys. Nothing. Okay. How about US? The Bank of America assumes soft landing for the US economy, which means they feel there will not be any recession in the US economy. They will be able to tame their inflation, control their inflation, but at the same time, economy will not go into recession, which is again a good news, right? Their CPI, CPI, I'm not able to recall the full form of this now. Their CPI rose 3.2% annually in July, up from June 3% year on year, but down from the peak of 8.8% in June 2022. Okay, so compared to last year, the CPI numbers have been very less, which is from 8.8% consumer price index. Okay, I was thinking about that only. So their consumer price index last year did a peak of 8.8%, and this year it has come down to, in the month of July, it has come down to 3%. And even if you compare it, it was 3% in the last month, and this month it has gone up to 3.2%, which means their CPI data is still looking okay. There is nothing to worry about. Obviously, they want their inflation numbers to come within 2% range, but as I told you always, this will take some time. Okay. In July, they created 1,87,000 jobs, but they were expecting to create around 2 lakh jobs. So this data looks good because they don't want too many jobs to be created. I have explained the logics for that to you. Moody's have downgraded 10 banks in US, and they have also changed their outlook to negative for 11 major lenders. And all this happens after, if you remember, a couple of months back, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank collapsed in US. But now they have downgraded 10 banks, and they have changed their outlook to negative for 11 banks. And they have made their statements very clear that going forward, given the tough days in the US markets, US economy, they may have to downgrade more banks going forward. Okay, so this is for the US economy. If you again ask me for the US economy to conclude about it, I feel things are okay, guys, in US also. Yes, they are debt ridden, but that's known to everybody. They had challenges as far as their inflation was concerned, but they, I feel, are doing really good, pretty good to control their inflation numbers, to make sure that they don't push their economy into recession. So things are looking okay to me as far as US markets are concerned, US economy is concerned. The real problem right now is China, because some media houses have officially declared this, that China has stepped into deflation. That is, they have gone into disinflationary environment. That is where the real problem lies. Their loans are at 14 years low. People don't want to borrow money. Even if interest rates are being reduced, the mortgage cost has been reduced. People are not interested to borrow money because they don't have that spending capacity. Understood? Producer price index, PPI as we call it, just like we have consumer price index, similarly we have producer price index, fell for 10th consecutive month, down 4.4% from a year ago. And prices have dropped for the first time since February 2021. So the producer price index, why would they produce if there is no demand? And that is why for 10 consecutive months, their production is going down. That is why the PPI numbers are down, and the prices are also dropping now. So price dropping is one thing which starts indicating us a disinflationary environment. That is, your prices are dropping now. Oh, understood. The CPI dropped by 0.3%. So obviously, if production is going down, the consumption has to go down. However, the Chinese authorities are of a viewpoint that there is no disinflation going to happen in the economy, and they are very hopeful that second half of this year, that is 2023, the economy will revive. And I have to acknowledge this, guys. Chinese government, the regulators are proactive. They are taking steps, the meetings are being done, the policies are being formulated. They are getting more lenient about outsiders, what I told you the last week. They are considering giving on-arrival visa to citizens from different nations, whoever comes to China for doing businesses. They are promoting tourism, they are cutting down on interest rates, they're trying their level best. Numbers are not showing that, and I have told this from day one. People who have been seeing my videos from day one, they know everything. They're able to link, because I told you very clearly, Chinese economy being the second largest economy in the globe, it will take some time for Chinese economy to revive. Even if policies are being formulated and implemented, it takes some time, guys, for the policies to show its impact on the economy. Understood? Exports fell by 14.5% in July, and imports by 12.4%. So in some or the other way, India is going to enjoy and suffer because of whatever I discussed about China so far. India's going to have, it's a double-edged sword for India. They will have some things to enjoy, celebrate, and some things to worry about. Once China starts appearing as a weak economy, or it seems that China is struggling as an economy, a lot of production hubs will be shifted to India. So that creates an opportunity for us. It opens up the gates for Indian economy, where we will start seeing more companies coming into India. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Companies like Foxconn coming into India, Apple setting up its stores in India. I've already discussed about the kind of bikes which are being now, assembled and manufactured in India, the likes of Harleys and Triumphs. A lot of things, a lot of semiconductor companies coming into India to do businesses, to do productions. Things are changing. So that's the good side of it. The bad side is, if China's economy does not grow, a lot of things which we export to China and we are heavily dependent on them for our revenues, that will get hurt. One example is iron ore. 70% of iron ore produced in India is demanded in China. If China's demand is, getting curtailed, it gets reduced, India is going to suffer on that front. So it's a mixed kind of a thing, but overall, as I told you, I feel China will have that kind of a borderline situation where they will almost go into disinflationary environment, but from there I feel they will pick up. That's my wild guess, but I think they will pick up from there. That's what I think. How about indices? Like I told you, Nasdaq is at 13,645. It was weak last week because of this bank's downgraded negative outlook, plus the Fitch downgrading US. So generally IT sector is exposed to it. They suffer because of this. Overall, things are not looking bad for Nasdaq, because I am still bullish on IT sector stocks because of artificial intelligence coming in. They will win large number of deals because of AI. Whoever the companies which are proactive with developing the AI technology, the results have been good for most of these companies like the Alphabet, Microsoft, Meta. These companies have done stupendous results. Overall, also I think the results have been good. Yeah, the guidance has been a little weak for these IT sector companies, but then I think most of it has been factored in. The worst is over is what I feel for the IT sector stocks. Dow Jones at 35,281. Like I told you, it will take some time between this range of 35,300 to 500. It did pass 35,500 levels also, but then again something happens and some kind of a news comes in, and that breaks the momentum. But till the time we are above 34,800 levels for Dow Jones, things are looking good. Once it goes to that 34,000, 800 level, then from there the window opens for a further downside up till 34,200 levels. This is what I feel, and that becomes another decisive zone for Dow Jones, which is 34,200. But till the time we are in this range of 35,250 to 35,500, 550, we are very comfortable, guys. It is just doing some time pass. Nifty is at 19,428. Nifty is behaving or mimicking the performance of Dow Jones to a large extent right now. So I feel if Dow Jones is going from 35,300 levels to 36,000 levels, then Nifty for sure is going from 19,400 levels to 20,000 levels. But on the contrary, if Dow Jones is falling from 19,400, 35,280 levels to 34,800 or below that, then you may see that Nifty will also test that range of 19,000 to 19,200. A crucial support I feel for Nifty stands at around 19,150. Till the time we are able to sustain above those levels, we are okay with it. Okay. Bank Nifty is at around 44,200. I have been very clear since last 1 month that I'm not very bullish on Bank Nifty, and I would rather play on individual stocks rather than playing on the overall Bank Nifty. That is my suggestion. Okay. My pick for this week is Affle India. It's a company in IT consulting, and it's an IT service provider. Current market price for the stock is 1,071. The stock has done a 52-week high of 1369, which means right now it is available at a discount of close to 22%. My target for the stock is 1165 in a short span of time. So from 1071, you can buy the stock at around 1071 with a target of 1165 in short term. If you see, guys, the stock has done very good with its numbers in last 5 years. The revenues have grown from 249 crores in 2019 to 1433 crores in 2023. The profits have grown from 48 crores to 246 crores. There is a five-fold jump in profits almost. In June, they did a result of 66 crores, which, unlike other IT companies, was better on quarter-on-quarter basis as well as on year-on-year basis, which means if you compare with June 22 numbers, they did well. If you compare with March 23 numbers, they still did well. Okay, so this company looks good to me. Promoters are holding close to 60% in the company. FII has reduced their stake over last few months, but they still hold 10% in this company. Domestic investors have increased their stake in last few months in the company, and they are holding around 13.5%, and rest is with public, which is around 16.5%. Okay, so Affle India, I like it at current price of 1071 with a target of 1165. If you already hold Happiest Mind, guys, I think Happiest Mind numbers were also good. If you are still having Happiest Mind, then probably don't go for Affle India, because the companies are almost into the similar lines of business. So from diversification perspective, it's not good to have both the stocks with you. And I personally feel Happiest Mind numbers were good. We're just waiting for that breakout on the upside. Okay. Now, what is a life hack? So I've taken up a Japanese proverb which says fall 7 times and stand up 8. What does that mean? It means when you have a motive in life, when you have an objective to fulfill in life, when you are after something, even if you fail, it does not make a difference. Only thing I always tell my students or people who come to me for any suggestions is that all you got to ensure on your part is that you give in your 100%. And as long as you are giving in your 100%, you should be okay with the outcome. You don't bother much about the outcome, guys. A lot of times I see people not able to perform just because they have taken too much pressure about the outcome. Why don't you enjoy the process? You enjoy the process, learn during the process, try to figure out the know-how of the process. Then put in your best shot in the exams, or exams of life or exams of professional exams, does not matter. But we have to go through the exam, and every exam will have two possible outcomes: pass, fail, pass, fail. If you pass, it's good. If you don't pass, just go and face the mirror and ask yourself one question: did I give in my best shot? I'll tell you something honestly, guys. Even I have failed in my life on a couple of occasions. And when I used to go and face the mirror, the answer to this question, did I give in my 100%, was always a no. Do not overestimate yourself. Don't go too hard on yourself, but don't go too lenient also on yourself. Because we have some set of objectives, and you have to define the timelines within which you want to achieve those objectives. A goal is not of any significance if I don't have the timelines within which I want to achieve it. I have a goal to become something in my life, but it's okay, yaar, kabhi na kabhi to kar lenge. No, it does not work like that. such casual attitude when it comes to yourself, when it comes to you, your career, at least in those circumstances, don't have that kind of casual attitude. First, you set your goals, then you define the timelines within which you want to achieve that. I am a firm believer of a principle where you do a reverse engineering. मेरे को ये achieve करना है, and this is the timeline within which I want to achieve. So this is the time I am left with. In this time, I have to do things in the best possible way to make sure that I get a positive outcome. Humans by nature are indisciplined. If I knew I don't have to make a video today morning, I would have slept till 9 o'clock. But because I know I have to make a video and I have a goal that I have to make the video in the morning itself, because my rest of the day is busy, that's why I got up at 7 o'clock. You understood what I'm trying to say? I won't study, but if I know I have my exams and I know I have to perform, then I study. Then I slog for 15 hours a day. I know I have a project report to be submitted on 15th or 16th of August. That's why this weekend I have to slog myself. So we become disciplined because we have set of goals and we have deadlines within which we have to achieve those goals. You got my point, what I'm trying to say? Yes, if you're well prepared, if you did all you could have done and you failed, then don't think about what people will say, how my colleagues have gone past me, they are ahead of me, my friends are doing better than me. No, these things don't matter. Your only competition is you. The only person you promise to achieve something is you yourself. Do it for yourself. Even if you fail multiple times, but do it for yourself. Don't bother about what people would say. Don't bother what society would say. Don't bother about the fact that people will judge you. That is their work. Let them do it. You want to achieve your goals for your own inner satisfaction. आपको अपने आप को सेटिस्फाई करना है कि मैंने एक टारगेट लाइफ में चूज किया था और मैंने उसको अचीव किया है. दैट इज फॉर योर सेल्फ गाइज. यू अचीविंग समथिंग इज फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल अ गिफ्ट टू योर सेल्फ. देन इट इज अ गिफ्ट टू रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, इंक्लूडिंग योर पेरेंट्स, योर सिबलिंग्स, योर कजिन्स, योर फ्रेंड्स. It's a gift to everybody else later on. First, you are doing it for yourself, to satisfy your inner self that yes, I had a target and I achieved it. Understood? How many times you fail is not important, but did you give in your best shot? If not, then next time make sure that you do it. Next time make sure you put in more efforts to achieve it. Okay, chalo, I hope the video is useful, and if you like it, please leave a thumbs up, leave some comments, and share the video with as many people as possible. I'll try my level best to continue with this. Thank you. Chalo, cheers. God bless all of you. Bye bye.